All right, so we're in the final stretch. We've been going for 2.5 weeks now, Glen. Can you tell us a little bit about Glen Richards and how you started your entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah, that's a good question. Who is Glen Richards? I'm damn sure there'd be a few therapists I could pay to help me find that out. But look, the reality is I'm a guy from Queensland that got serious about being a businessman. At some stage of my veterinary career, I decided to transition from being the guy that worked inside a veterinary hospital to the guy that tried to add some value to our workplace through bringing a whole bunch of veterinary hospitals together, and then building in some leverage around better education opportunities for our teams, better customer experience for our pet owners. So really what I've done is consolidate a network of hospitals across Australia. While I was doing that, I teamed up with a couple of pretty smart guys from Sydney, and we put together a network of pet stores across Australia. And last year we actually merged our pet stores and our veterinary hospitals simply to create a wonderful opportunity to address a pet owner from the start of a pet's life all the way through to the end of life. And so we are now simply the largest integrated pet care company in Australia.
And how have you found the experience? What drew you to the role, or rather, what drew you to the opportunity? Because we're not actors, we're investors. So what drew you to this opportunity?
I have to admit, it was a rather rapid recruitment process that you were part of.
Oh,
if I remind you, we're out to dinner, and you said there's a role going, why don't you put your name forward? And I was a little bit tense about that, but between your wife, my wife and you somehow pushed me forward.
Well, I think you said put yourself forward, you can always say no.
I remember you saying that. What surprised me was I did get all the way through the selection process, and I guess what really drew me to the role was the fact that it was a challenge, it was something different. I haven't done any television work before in my life. And right at the end, when I was sitting there with my family saying that it's going to be a fair time out of our house, our home, why should I do this? My eldest daughter said, Dad, you always say, have a go. And the opportunity's there in front of you. She said, get up and get on with it. And I went, you're right, I should be having a crack at this.
It has to be the motto of Shark Tank, doesn't it? All those people coming in and just having a go in front of us. It's quite wonderful.
Absolutely. And look, that's Aussie entrepreneurship as far as I'm concerned. Coming up with an idea, a product, a service, a concept, and having a real crack at somehow commercialising that.
So on that topic, what is the single piece of advice you could maybe impart to startup founders who might be looking at setting out on your particular journey?
Oh, look, the entrepreneurial seizure. Everyone thinks when they come up with a great idea or a great product or a great service, everyone thinks they are the next big thing. And to me, it's a seizure. If you read The E-Myth and Michael Gerber, he talks about the entrepreneurial seizure. You have to think about putting a lot of planning into the process of going commercial. Put the time into working out how you're going to fund it, time into thinking about the team you need to gather around you to be successful, work out what your weaknesses are and hire people to cover those weaknesses. Absolutely. Develop mentors, think about your journey and put a business plan. Put time into that planning process so that as time rolls out, you've got a roadmap you can continually review, reflect on and adjust based on internal and external market forces.
And look, finally to wrap things up, thank you again. What is the one thing you're hoping to get out of Shark Tank this season?
The one big thing, at the end of the day, I'm here as an investor, and I'd love to find the one idea that can go exponential and be part of that person's story, because that gives you so much joy as a coach, as a business coach, to be one, investing, but two, there as a mentor for that entrepreneur, to be part of their journey where it goes seriously exponential. We're talking global in the service or the product or the invention that they've brought forward. That would be my big takeout. On the other side, look, I'm simply enjoying hearing the stories, hearing people pitch, hear the entrepreneurs having a go. It is motivating, and it really does give you a little kick to go, let's get back onto the rugby field and get back into business and keep going.
Glen Richards, thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers.